Welcome back to Everlasting Summer. We are here in a hole with Shurik and our dear companions, Alisa and Samian. Okay, what is the story from here? Oh man, it's funny because I feel like I'm still waiting for the moment where I like Alisa more, but right now I feel like I still don't like her very much. But whatever. There's a path for a reason. There's got to be like 2 or 3 more scenes where, you know, Alisa's like, oh my gosh, I think you're the bee's knees, Samian, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, we're here. Shurik doubled up and trembled all over. Shurik! Oh god, what did I give Shurik's voice? Was it supposed to be more nerdy than electronic? Like, who was that? Okay, no, that is like way, no, that's bad. Okay, he stammered. Shurik, we've been looking for you all night and you're just sitting here? Get up! Oh my god, so forceful, Samian. I'm not going anywhere. He started quietly, but with every word his voice gained strength until he was shouting at the top of his lungs. No, I won't go with you anywhere. You don't exist. You aren't here anyway. It's a hallucination. It's unscientific. Yeah, unscientific. But like in a nerdy voice. What do you mean you aren't here? Here we are. We came searching for you. Alisa remained silent until now, but then she let go of my hand and took a few steps towards Shurik. What are you doing? I asked quietly. She hesitated for a moment, but proceeded as if not hearing me. Ooh, that was a good move, Alisa. Finally, having come to the lost pioneer, Alisa fetched him a scathing slap across the face. We nearly died while searching for you. Those damn woods at night, the bomb shelter, these freaking mines. I'm one massive bruises thanks to you. And you know what? You're just hanging out, drinking booze and seeing pink spiders, you bastard. I mean, you know, she has a point. Shurik stared at her with a bemused look. Now then, get your ass up and move. No, he began to whisper quietly. No. Somewhere deep inside me, on the very edge of my awareness, I got the feeling that something was really bad was going to happen now. Oh yeah, this is where the lines turn off, right? It happened. Premonition, tuition, or just an analysis of the situation. And the way Shurik was sitting, or the expression on his face, hinted at his following action. Dude, he's gonna stab. Yeah. Yeah, darn. Okay, I guess the slap method doesn't work. You do need to go to the soft method, like, Shurik, it's fine, like the other ladies. Minus Uliana, because we haven't seen that yet. And probably all of that together, I rushed to Alisa, the light furiously jumping all over the room and highlighting Shurik's face for a second, twisted with madness. He was wielding a metal rod, and if I had become a moment too late, he would have definitely smashed in Alisa's head with it. Ooh, okay, Shurik, we don't stand murder in this household. But I made it. Everything was like a dream. The distant shouting, a shout of a girl, a hollow thud, flashlight going out, and the eerie silence, except for the heavy breathing of Shurik. It took me a while to come to my senses. What are you doing, you jerk? I checked my arm and it felt okay. The blow landed on my flashlight. So now we were in complete darkness. You won't get it! Won't get me! Shurik's hysterical laughter was quickly fading away in the distance. Hey, where are you going? Get back here now! Whoa. The yell vanished into the distance. What a freak. So they don't even help Shurik and figure out what's wrong. They're just like, man, what a weirdo. I've tried to fix the flashlight in the darkness. No way Shurik had smashed it into pieces with his rod. And then I suddenly thought of Alisa. Are you okay? I've heard a quiet sob, and at the same instant I feel her embrace hugging me tightly. Okay. It's okay. It's over. It's all over now. Everything's fine. Well, in fact, nothing was fine, but I needed her to get a grip on herself. Otherwise, we stood no chance of getting out of here alive. I tenderly caressed her head. I wonder, also crying, is that a funny thing? Okay, rude, Samian? I mean, like, she's like literally freaked out. Maybe in different circumstances. Like, I get it. I'm scared. That's okay. I'm scared too. I noticed the strong and sudden transformation in Alisa. But what the heck, anyone would be scared in these circumstances. Yeah, I mean, like, kudos to her for, like, being scared and, like, not having, like, brave-faced, because it's like, dude, it's a pretty real reaction. Moreover, she's a girl. But why aren't I scared? Because I'm a big manly man, blah, 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 blah. JK, no, I don't know, Samian, tell me why. No, not scared. Why am I able to still keep my mind clear and speak sense? Because I want to do it for Alisa. Oh, is that what he said? Might it be because I have to worry about more than just myself? Yeah, probably. Okay, come on, we have to get out of here anyway. Hold on, just a sec. Oh, she got matches? Said Alyssa quietly, and the room became illuminated by the dim flicker of a lighter's flame. Where did that come from? The statue. She forced a gentle smile and handed me the lighter. Alright. I quickly swept my eyes over the room, searching for something that could be used as a torch. There were some tattered rags and a rod among the debris on the floor. One of the bottles contained some liquid that smelled like industrial alcohol. For better or worse, in the minute I was holding something that resembled a flame torch in my hand. Torch in my hands, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how long it'll last, but so we got to move quickly. Where to? Alyssa seemed to be returning to her senses. Let's go back. At least we'll reach the bomb shelter. For one thing, there's light there. She gave me a quiet nod and took my hand. Oh, but we're gonna have to go back to the mines, though! The torch was burning poorly, and we had to reignite it every other minute. One didn't have to be an oracle to predict an extremely short lifespan for that rag we were using. I became more and more afraid that we wouldn't leave the darkness in the mine. You really couldn't rely too much on the lighter. Wow, they're really going back in the mine. And most of the other endings, they usually go back to the Genda statue, right? However, we reached the hole that led up to the catacombs quite fast. It seemed that I memorized the route after all. Did you, Semyon? We struggled to get up, scrambled over the rocks almost blindly. Okay, where are we going now? Asked Alyssa, getting her breath back. What do you mean? We're going to that room with the bunks and cabinets. Which way is that? I mean, there are only two ways, Alyssa, straight or back. I opened my mouth to reply, but suddenly realized that I had not the slightest idea. The hole looked the same from all sides, just like the walls, the floor, and the ceiling. We had not had a single hint to indicate the light direction. Well, don't you know? Alyssa asked sadly and sat on the ground. No. I replied quietly, put out the torch to preserve it, and sat next to her. Are we going to die here? Come on, Alyssa! We've like literally they'll find us in the morning, then know we're gone. She rested her head upon my shoulder. Alyssa's voice sounded flat. One might even say calm, but I could feel that her body was trembling, either with cold or with fear, or with both combined. Don't be silly! Sure, things are gonna get worse, but they're still pretty far from we're gonna die. They will come and rescue us in the morning. Olga Dmitrieva will call the police, so I would love to believe that myself. I see. Yeah. I mean, come on, Olga Dmitrieva, like, she's like literally up my ass like the whole time, so she should at least be concerned for me, if not you. So I lost track of time sitting there. I was afraid to go forward or backward. I was afraid to make a choice, as our torch definitely wouldn't last both ways. Wandering in total darkness without any source of light was definitely worse than waiting for rescue here. This way, at least we would have some light left for an emergency. Suddenly, a rumbling started echoing in the distance. Well, here's that emergency. That was definitely the clank of door bolts mixed in that rumbling. Get up! I harshly pulled Alyssa to her feet and lit the torch with shaking hands. What is it? She asked in dismay. I don't know, but it seems like there is someone. You have to run. What do you mean? It's just you and Shurik, right? To be honest, I wasn't sure if that was a good idea. What, the mad Shurik is there? Yeah. In fact, that's the least of all my evils I can imagine. I mean, unless we're going like beyond the route and it's like, oh, multiple Semyon theory, or like, you know, the friggin' fox girl that's here, but we have no choice left. The stones scattered beneath our feet. I desperately tried not to fall down, holding my hand with the torch out in front and dragging Alyssa with the other. She ran along in silence, breathing heavily. I really wanted to look back at her, but didn't have the strength or time. Finally, the outline of the door appeared before us. I leaped into the bomb shelter, readying myself to fight any foe that was there. But the room was empty. I swept my eyes across the room, trying hard to spot hidden monsters, Shurik, or any evil entity, but it was all exactly the same as it was the first time we'd been here. Except for the door, the second door. It was open. Somebody has just passed through here. I spoke up triumphantly. Who? Don't know? Maybe it was Shurik. But how did he manage to open it? Who the hell cares? Come on. How did they open the door in the other routes? No, it fell over, right? They knocked it over and the door like opened by itself, but then this route they decided to go back, right? So there was another corridor behind the door and it was ascending slowly. So we're getting close to the surface. I was right. After several hundred feet, I stumbled upon a ladder leading to a small hatch on the ceiling. Oh, okay, yeah, then here we are, blah blah blah, Genda. What's up there? Who cares? It's better than staying down here anyway. Oh, it's the house! Because we didn't go there originally. I climbed the ladder and found myself surrounded by gloom. However, this gloom was definitely lighter than the darkness of the catacombs. As my eyes got more used to it, the outlines of the walls, the ladders, and the door leading to the outside were emerging in the pale moonlight. I helped Alyssa to climb up, and we literally sprang out of the building. The exit from the catacombs was located in some sort of ruined building that resembled either a nursery or a county school. Or country. It must be the old camp. Alyssa sat in one of the swings and wiped the sweat from her forehead with the back of her hand. I see. So we found it after all. I smiled involuntarily. What are you laughing at? She frowned and pouted with displeasure. To put it shortly, she returned to her usual self. So it's not scary here anymore. I wasn't scared there either. Girl, like, come on. You think I'm gonna judge you for being scared, dude? Like, oh, come on. That's right, I wasn't. Alyssa, oh, God, I don't want to have this conversation with you right now. Whatever. I was angry. I really felt hurt because of Alyssa. Not for me, she would have been still down there in that damn mine. Where are you going? Again, Alyssa, I can't. Why does it sting so much if it's supposed to heal later? You are the little embodiment of a Sour Patch Kid. She asked in a less assured voice as I turned around and walked slowly towards the camp. Back to the camp. Hey! Alyssa jumped up right away and started to walk next to me. For a moment I wanted to say something nasty, but I wasn't ready to start the next argument. Like, we just got- No, Semian, just relax. We found the path that we had taken before surprisingly fast, even though 2 holes we'd fallen into. It was only about 200 meters from the old camp. But you don't have Shurik! You just left Shurik down there! He's still in the hole! Like, I stopped at the square and turned to Alyssa. Well? She looked uncertain, even confused. Then, sure. Even so, I wanted to yell at her, to scold her, even to insult her. I would totally agree with that, but like, it's probably better just to get some sleep. On the other hand, I wanted to have a meaningful conversation. That too! In the end, I just kept silent, turned around and slowly headed towards the leader's cabin. But something persistently disturbed the quiet of the night. I keenly listened to it and realized that it was the snoring of Shurik. Of Shurik, who was sleeping peacefully on a bench. How did Shurik get out here? Hey! I called Alyssa, who hadn't walked too far away. Get up, you! Shurik came slowly to his senses and stared at us blankly. Oh. Is it morning already? Morning? Yeah, sure. Sometimes one acts first, thinks later. Of course, it all starts in the brain, and the current what comes through the neural links, thereby transmitting the command to the body. But sometimes the subconsciousness just works faster than the consciousness. That's exactly why my fist swung and smacked Shurik in the gut, and it was only then I realized what I'd done. He coughed, trying to catch his breath, and writhed in pain on the bench. What the hell was that all about? I already felt so bad about it. I shouldn't have treated him so rough. What are you talking about? Shurik looked at me in shock. In the mine! What mine? He turned his head completely confused. Why am I here? Okay, well, I'm gonna assume that like we'll figure out this Shurik mine shit in some other path, but still, it's a question where I don't know why Shurik's acting like that in the mine. Why are you here? Stop fooling around! Alyssa barged into the conversation. You really killed me there. Now you're gonna pretend like nothing happened? What happened? You really don't remember? Not a thing. Okay, so what's the last thing you do remember? Shurik tried to concentrate. Well, I was on my way to the old camp in the morning. I knew I could find some hardware for the robot there, so? And that's all. I don't recall anything since then. Then I just woke up here. I let out a heavy sigh as I turned. Well, go ahead. Sweet dreams. Hey, where are you? I ignored Alyssa and stumbled away to Olga Dmitrievna's cabin. She stayed, arguing with Shurik. I sat in the deck chair and looked up at the stars. That night they seemed to be brighter than usual. Perhaps they seemed so because, not so long ago, my only source of light was a dim flashlight, and then that torch. Stars are brighter than a flashlight, and obviously a torch. Most of the stars, I guess, are even brighter than the sun, but they're so far away. So, why have you come? I asked without even turning my head. Alyssa's footsteps could be heard well in advance in the silence of the night. Well, What did Shurik say? He said that he doesn't remember anything, and that it's unscientific and nonsense like that. I think he doesn't remember because of shock and stress. Who am I to say? I was in the same boat not too long ago. Oh, this theme is really nice. I haven't heard this theme on other paths. This is like a Alyssa theme. It's nice. I like how there's a motif with stars in this a lot more too. I'm still in it though. Do I have amnesia? Well then, why did you come here? Then again, I guess I knew the answer. That's exactly why I hadn't gone to sleep, but waited for her here. Well, Alyssa sat down next to me. Kind of wanted to thank you. After all, down there. You know. That's nice, thank you. No problem. I said gently and leaned back. Well, alright then. She got up and was going to go. If you think I'm angry with you, I'm not. Everything's okay. Yeah, I'm not angry with her either. It's fine. I didn't actually think that. Alisa got worked up. Fine. Okay. Yeah. Then just go already. I said kindly and waved my hand. I'll go when I want to. So now you don't want to? I want to. Well, if it's something preventing you from going? Moron. Alisa stamped her foot and quickly walked away from the leader's cabin. I took a deep breath and stood up. My head was terribly dizzy from fatigue. Well, at least Olga Dmitrievna is sleeping already and I won't have to explain anything. However, it wasn't that easy. Lies, yeah! I can't believe we're standing in the middle of the room and was obviously prepared for a lengthy conversation. Or rather for a debriefing. Would you care to explain? What's the matter? In fact, you didn't mind you didn't mind when we were going to search for Shurik? And what, have you found him? It looks like she was more concerned about me coming back late than the fate of the lost pioneer. Which is strange, because I feel like, you know, you'd think Olga would be more concerned with Shurik. Yes, we have. By the way, why are you standing here in the darkness? What? I said why in the darkness? Because it's time to sleep. I couldn't agree with her more, although I was slightly surprised by such an abrupt mood swing. I just barely stumbled to my bed and collapsed on it without undressing. But still, Alisa. I just didn't know what I should think of her. I mean, like, again, it's a Sour Patch sort of thing where I had to see how good her Dare side is, because the Soon side is like kind of unbearable sometimes, but I mean, it's not that bad. It is kind of bad, but I feel like it's just, okay, well, she's fine, is basically what I'm gonna say. She's fine, Semyon. It wasn't that because she'd be acting strange recently. No, on the contrary. All of her behavior was quite consistent and understandable. Yeah, no, I totally get like the whole being scared and like the Mayan stuff, like that's pretty normal. It's just that everything else before that, I'm just like, man, she's gotta work on her communication a little bit better. Even her returning to thank me. Yeah, that's normal. I thought of Alisa as much more than anything else that had happened tonight. Although if you get down to it, there was nothing supernatural about it. Uncomfortable, sure. Frightening. Even spine-chilling, sure. Something related to my arrival here, hardly. These thoughts put me to sleep. Day 5, amazing! I'm gonna hold this control button. Okay, so he has blah blah, electronics, like, oh my god, thanks. Oh god, it's the boob bra scene, blah blah blah. Okay, now we are here with the new menu, blah 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 blah. Okay, so what is the circumstances? So basically I left my clothes, right? So I need to go somewhere. Where would Alisa be? Should Alisa in the kitchen, dining hall? Seeing that, quickly turn around when I didn't make it. No! Miku, fuck off. Nope. Okay, infirmary. Oh yeah, and then she's like, oh my gosh, pioneer. Nope, 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 nope. I am not here to help Lena and Slavia, so let's go back. Clubhouse? Okay, yeah. What if I refuse? Blah 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 blah. Oh, I still have to go help Slavia and Lena. Okay, well, go with Slavia because I. Actually, no. Doesn't Alisa have a problem with both Lena and Slavia? I feel like she still has a problem with both of them. So I don't know what's going on here. Yep, I tried my best. Cause fuck, you know, those two. Where the fuck is Alisa? So Zhenya's here. So we're gonna we're looking for cake, right? This is the cake thing. Where is the fuck is Alisa? Lena, blah blah blah, fuck off. Lena, blah, 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 blah. Where's Alisa? Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, this moment. So Alyssa's trying to go get a book. So we're gonna snatch it out of her hand. My curiosity won. I struck at the right moment when Alisa was looking away from me and I snatched her book. Ouch! She screamed. In the following second, her face took on such an expression that it made me question my decision. If I'm about to die, at least I will know what for. I held a copy of Gone with the Wind in my- Oh, it's Gone with the Wind! Lena read Gone with the Wind! Why does she have Gone with the Wind? I don't get it! That was the same book that Lena was reading on the evening on the bench. I was so astonished that I completely forgot about my imminent death. Is it interesting? Yeah. Why is that embarrassing? Aren't you and Lena are like rivals, right? So like why is it bad that you're reading the same book? Alisa answered without my enthusiasm, blushing. Without any blah blah blah. Okay then. I handed the book back to her. Alyssa threw it on the table and left the library quickly without looking at me. Is it because in Gone with the Wind it's like a romance story, so it's like, oh man, she's just vicariously living a romance story in there when I'm thinking about Semyon, maybe? Don't know. The human things aren't alien to her. In the end, she too is a girl. After a quick review of everything that just happened, I concluded that there was actually nothing that strange. Blah blah blah, let's find the cake, and da 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 da, oh my god, sugar, blah blah blah, and then I'm trying to eat the cake, oh my god, blah 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 blah. Okay, and then we're on the camping trip. I want to find out what Alyssa and Lena are arguing about. Man, I'm so excited. We get to know the other half of the argument. This is what I'm living here for, y'all. Okay, only Lena and Alyssa stood out mountains of splendor. Well, of course, it was quite natural for Alyssa to be arguing with someone like that. But hearing Lena talk in a raised voice. Yeah, I don't know what she'd be arguing to Lena about. Are they still arguing about the whole, like, bra thing? Because that doesn't make sense in this context, because it's like, oh, me and Lena aren't close, so it doesn't really fucking matter. Came closer silently, trying to understand what was going on. No, you listen to me. I like it more, you fuck. That's what I'm just imagining. Like, Alyssa's like, you fuck, and Lena's like, you fuck. And they're just going back saying, you fuck, you fuck, you fuck, you fuck. Think whatever you want. I've said everything. Oh man, I miss voicing Lena. I've still got way big bias on her being the first girl I picked in this game. It looks so serious. I'll try as hard as I could not to attract any attention and look like I'm just standing here with no intention of listening in on them. There's nothing to think about. Everything is clear as day. You're trying to get after my man, and I'm not gonna allow it, is what I'm assuming they're talking about. They're talking about me, right? It has to be me. Don't try to whine me around your little finger like that. I know you too well, because we are Osanana Jimmys. I don't know, are they? I feel like maybe they have some history. Why, of course you know everything. Then why don't you tell him yourself? Lena was getting angry. That alone was really weird, even considering that I didn't know what they were arguing about. That's none of your business. Alyssa snorted but turned around and her eyes met mine. Oh, you got ladies looking at you, Semyon. Seconds later, Lena gave me a look as well. The girl stood in there in confusion for some time. You're eavesdropping? Me? Oh no, I was just like passing by. Oh, why is the title music playing? Title music playing means something's gonna happen. I put on the best smile I had, but it didn't seem like to help much. You have no leg in this argument. You have no leg. Like what? No. Like Lena has no leg in this argument. Why are you bringing this point up? We're already on the path of liking you. Who cares? Or is she trying to do that? Like, ooh, Semyon likes me more, Lena. Oh, this is just. Oh man, it's like I guess we live for this girl shit, right? But that's okay. By the way, Teddy was peeping on me. This gave me a malicious smile. Lena looked at me questioningly. First of all, why would she believe this devious fox's story? I didn't peep! You know quite well that was an accident. Liana should be the one to blame. Sure, it was. Tell that to the cops. Like, okay, again, Alyssa, if you want to, like, you know, command our heart to be like, wow, Semyon, like, you and me are like a dream team. Like, I don't know why you act this way. Why do you act this way? It makes me like you less. It seemed like my excuse was not working. And one more for good measure. Do you like my boobs? A shiver ran up my spine. Right? Like, right, legit. Semyon's like, ew. Why are we talking about boobage here? This is kind of inappropriate. Like, I don't know why you're gonna go in this angle, Alyssa. Is that true? And I looked at me imploringly. Oh, you see, it was an accident. I didn't see anything there. You didn't? Well, I can show you again. Oh, whoa. This is public indecency. I know we're in a camp. Don't do anything silly, Alyssa. I'm trying my best to like you more, but you're not really helping this really well. Alyssa cried in anger. I didn't know what to say. You see, I told you. No. And I started to mumble and then rushed away moments later. Is it canonically, like, in every single path, like, they both have a crush on Semyon? Is that it? Wait, what happened? I shouted after her. You see what you did? That girl is upset now. Why? I'm literally on your team, Alyssa. I'm literally on your team. I don't know why you want me to just, like, hurt Lena to fill your self-ego. Like, that's so raw. That's so bad. Like, why? Unless this is like a... Oh my god. Unless this is like a Euphoria situation where switches are, like, reversed, then, like, I don't know why you're doing this. She gave a spiteful smile. First of all, it wasn't me you're upset at. Second, I don't have any idea what you two were arguing about. I was running out of patience. Why should I... Alisa, why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you... I know you need better communication, but I don't know what's going on. Like, why are you putting this on me? Now Lena's upset. Like, isn't it... Okay, well, what else you gotta say? It seems like she thought that our talk was over and was about to leave. I grabbed her hand abruptly. She glanced at me in fear but didn't say anything. I'm literally on your team, Alisa. I'm on your path. I don't know why you're acting like this still. I was really angry that moment, really angry. First I was wildly enraged that Lena was upset because of me, even though I was actually kind of guilty. But like, but we don't know why she was upset about, okay, okay. Based off the other paths we go, is like Lena has like a crush on us, right? But like, obviously, we should still go and apologize if we made her upset. Like, the last thing we want to do is like leave people upset, you know, because people develop grudges over that kind of shit. And that's not very cool. So the fact that Alisa's kind of perpetrating that or like setting a catalyst to that is like not very cool. Second, I was enraged by Alisa's insolence. Third, I was so tired that I was to lose my temper at the smallest thing. Yeah, Semyon, go off. Happy now? His pointing into the darkness where Lena had run off. You only seem to have the guts to bomb memorials and hurt innocent girls. She looked frightened, sad, and confused at the same time. Again, I wish we would have eavesdropped more, because maybe this is a big misunderstanding. Like, I probably is no, it definitely is a big misunderstanding, but I can't help you if you don't help me. She herself could hurt anyone. Yeah, I believe that. I honestly do. You just don't know her. The only truth here is that I don't know her too well. I'm absolutely positive that she wouldn't hurt anyone. That's your job. Ooh, shit, Semyon. Ooh, that's your job. Okay. To be honest, I agree with Alisa. Like, Lena could definitely kill a man. Like, honestly, based off her path and every other path, she could definitely stab a bitch because she was angry. But like, at least she doesn't like, you know, make that her forefront personality. We stood in silence for some time. I held Alisa's hand and didn't know what to do next. The solution dawned upon me all by itself. You have to go and apologize. Why the hell should I? So I tried to act arrogant as always, but it wasn't gonna work this time. Like, Alisa. Alisa, babe, what are you doing? You're not not really being a team player here. Cause I said so. I refused to hear any objection, dragged her to the side to the bonfire. Olga Dmitrieva, I'm sorry, we have some urgent business to deal with, so we have to leave early. The guidance officer tried to object, but I didn't listen, headed after Lena, pulling Alisa along with me. Oh my gosh, this is exciting! This is new content from the Alisa-Lena triangle! After some time, I released her hand. Any objections? All the pride and arrogance had left Alisa's face long ago. You want me to come with you? I will, but I have nothing to apologize for. I told her the truth. I'll see about that then. I cut her short. We had been walking in silence until we entered the camp. We came to the square and I asked Alisa, where do we go next? How should I know? And who said that they know Lena well? Was it me? Ooh, Semyon, punch back. Alisa hesitated. Well, she could be at the island. She often goes there when she wants to be alone. Excellent! We headed to the pier. Night came down to the camp when I was searching for the paddles and potted around with the ropes. One boat was actually missing. Okay, today's your lucky day. You get to do several killer exercises that will build up your biceps, triceps, and other arm muscles. I said sarcastically. Are you serious? Alisa cast a fearful glance at me. Well, perhaps it was a little too rough, even for her. Alright, I won't make you row, of course. I hardly sounded confident. Swinging the paddle is appearing to be much harder this time. I'm so surprised! Like, this is an actual, like, plot point, but it makes sense because this was in the other Lena path, and we went over there too, but... I just really want to know what their actual start of the argument was. I stopped in the middle of the river to catch my breath. Like, it's like crushes, right? Camp was covered by night. A trivial and ordinary night. It was one of those nights where the dark sky, stars, and crescent moon didn't make you feel anything special. And chirping crickets and twittering birds sound like they're all doing dull, routine job, rather than performing an otherwise existing nocturne. I was staring into the darkness, trying to make out the shadowy island. How did you get to know her? Alisa shivered a little. We grew up together. Yeah, give me that Osada Najimi history! She answered slowly after some hesitation. And ended up in the same pioneer camp? What a fabulous coincidence. All these questions, mysteries, and fears that had been so well hidden so far suddenly spawned in my head. Damn, I could just throw out the boat and drown her right here, right now. You could, but you remember she like drowned you like, you know, however many CGs ago. I can demand answers. Although it could be dangerous unless I know what I'm doing, unless I'm sure that I know what I'm doing. But still, I thought that this time I was playing with the white pieces so I could make the first move, and not just parry the blows of the opponent. So what kind of camp is this? Alyssa stared at me blankly. Where are we? Why am I here? She kept silent. Answer. Hey, Simeon, hold on. You're literally asking Alyssa, like, can you give me all the answers to my existence right now? I shouted. Hey, what's wrong with you? If you want me to apologize to Lena, I will. That's when I realized how stupid I was acting, to say the least. She could simply be uninvolved in all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't, okay, I'm not gonna dig on the Alyssa path anymore. Oh no, I'm like, at least when I just got a flashback to like with Slavia path. At least when I'm telling Slavia the hypothetical, like, oh, what if I told you I was an alien, you know, and like the CG on the mountain or whatever. Like at least then Slavia was just kind of, you know, humor me the idea of like doing this. But then Alyssa's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? What's more, one can't lie that convincingly. Alyssa's people expression was yet another reason to believe her. Sorry. That was all I was able to say at the moment. Yeah, I want to keep my advantage. Why? Okay, the last few meters were really tough. Exhausted, I got out of the boat and lay on the ground. Alyssa stood nearby, staring at me. I thought she was about to go at me or utter some barbed witticism. She remained silent. I assumed she was still shocked or something. Even though it was rather dark here, it'd be easier to hide my old flat than on this tiny island. Furthermore, Lena must have already heard us and we were crossing the river, so by now it's already too late to ask Alyssa any more questions, even though I still have some. Listen. I looked up at her and saw nothing. It was a dark night and I didn't have cat's eyes. When... well... Hold on, Simeon. I'm choking on my own, like, mouth gurgle here. Okay, you want- hold on. Okay. I'm at water break. Okay. Well, when we find Lena, you're gonna tell her you never wanted to hurt her feelings and everything that happened in the morning was nothing but a misunderstanding, okay? My voice didn't sound as confident as I did a couple minutes ago, but confident enough. Although Alyssa said nothing, it was clear by the look on her face that she agreed. I stood up and went off to find Lena. Yeah, because Lena's still nice, right? Her boat was tied to a snag on the far side of the island. It's very clever of her. One wouldn't see the boat from afar. I mumbled. Well, that means she's somewhere in the trees. Let's find her. I headed into the grove, but Alyssa stood still. What's up? I thought we discussed everything already. It's not that. Just that it's dark in there. I had to strain my eyes to make out her face. The grove is smaller than my grandmother's daisy garden. What is there to be afraid of? Alyssa didn't answer. If you want to know what I'm thinking, I would gladly just leave you here. Never know what trick you're up to. Well, she came very close to me. Let's go like this. She took my hand. Okay, sure, that's safe. I hadn't expected this outcome. You'd think, actually no, at this point, like, Semi doesn't know, like, why they're arguing, so he doesn't know, like, oh, it's just like a romance thing, blah, 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 so for him it's just like, oh, whatever. My cheeks turned red and hot. My breath was taken away and I could barely say anything. She's touching my arm, the whole situation didn't favor conversation, which was probably for the best, since I doubt we'd be able to say anything smart, or I would be able to say anything smart. Slowly we headed into the grove. In a couple moments, I regained some control of myself. Come on, there's really nothing to be afraid of. I came here during the day, gathered some strawberries, no big deal, just a normal birch grove. It's really nice here during the day. I added after a short pause. Alyssa didn't look at me, she was staring somewhere into the distance. Well, it's up to you after all. A few moments later, she pointed somewhere in front of us. There she is. I peered into the darkness, but barely could see anything. Aww. Lena's crying because she knows that like the jig is up. I had a crush on you, Semyon, but like no, it's not worth it. Ah! Okay, so need a water break. Okay, I want to know what happens in this part, and then I could end the episode. But I really want to know what happens. When we came closer, we saw Lena sitting beside a tree. She was crying. Why have you come here? She asked tearfully. And you? She looked at Alyssa but didn't finish the sentence. That moment, Alyssa released my hand. Well, you see. I just wanted to apologize for being somewhat harsh and rude. Alyssa interrupted me. Her voice had regained the usual arrogance of hers. Maybe it's because she didn't want to look weak in front of Lena. What a perfect apology! not walking the walk, are you? How clever you'd insist that I'm doing a bad thing, and then you do the same thing yourself! I love sassy Lena, let's go. Lena switched to shouting uncontrollably. You got it all wrong! I get what I've seen! You see, girls, you're arguing again. I seem to be somehow involved in all that, but I still don't understand a thing. Explain it to him, Lena said to Alisa with a grin. There's nothing to explain. Well, maybe you will let me have a try then. Whatever! She crossed her arms over her chest and turned away. Well then, Semyon. Okay, well then, Semyon. She blamed me for pursuing you. Oh my god, what? What? Oh, like, oh my god, we're like in like a triangle of confessions. Oh my gosh, this is like we're at a moment right now. For a minute, there was complete silence. Lena didn't look like explaining any further. And as for me, I stood still trying to assemble the scattered pieces of a puzzle into a whole. What do you mean? Exactly what I said. It's not like that. That's not what I meant, interrupted Alisa. Of course. You've always been like this. Lena burst into tears again. Wait, how come? Confessions! Okay, I'm gonna relax. So, Lena likes me? So canonically in every single route, like, Lena, likes Semyon. That's a little bit strange, but, I mean, like, I don't know, I like Lena, Lena's cool. And you? What about you? You're trying to convince me that's all wrong while you're holding his hand. What, so Alisa likes me too? Oh my god! Confession! Oh my gosh. Oh my god. This feels so weird. We're all like in a weird confession circle right now. Oh, come on. Alisa actually liking someone? This can't be happening. It's just, it was dark in here and that's so much like you. You know, you just ignore your feelings and just, you know, do things and claim that you don't like him and blah yada yada. Okay, what was he actually saying? Always so arrogant, always trying to control others, but when it comes to yourself. Alisa didn't answer. I really felt like I had something to say to defuse the situation. Hey, wait, perhaps we just got it all wrong. This has nothing to do with you, but it literally has everything to do with me though. Alisa's voice was oddly dissonant. Judging by the conversation, this has everything to do with me. Yes! Semyon, my boy! Okay. Yes, it does. Ask her what she thinks of you and why she told me not to go after you. Oh, I see. So Alisa's like, hey, Lena, you're going too close to my man. Can you just like stop? Blah, blah, blah. I don't think that Lena was actually going after me. I'm telling you once again, we heard enough of your story already. I mean, okay, a part of me feels bad because I feel like if Alisa and Semyon were gonna have a confession, it shouldn't be through like some harshness. But I guess like, I don't know. I guess like maybe I guess that's how the cookie crumbles in this, where it's just like it just kind of evolves, and then maybe we talk about feelings. And it's like, oh my god, do you like me? You know. But I don't know. I want them to have their moment. Oh no, Lena shot up and ran away into the darkness. Oh, Lena did leave. Oh. I stood nailed to the spot, not sure about what to do next. So tell me, what do you like about me? I feel like you insulted me more than you liked me, Lena, Alisa. If I followed Lena now, what would I say when I found her? After all, I don't even understand what this is all about. Semyon, I know what exactly this is all about. It's all about emotions and kimochis and feelings and doki dokis. So, my cluelessness and silly attempts to console her would only upset her more. Guess we better let her be alone for some time. That didn't sound very confident. Whatever. I mean, like, do you have something to say to me, Alisa? Like, say to us? Say to Semyon? Without another word, Alisa headed back to the boat. That's it? That's it? Oh my god. Okay, no. Like 3 more minutes. The whole way across the river to the pier was hell of a trip. I had to stop every 10 or 20 meters to take a break. Also staring to the river and didn't pay any attention to me. Well, this seems to be the first situation here in camp that is completely beyond my comprehension. even though ultimately it's just a trivial everyday situation. I wasn't this confused even during the all-night expedition to the old camp. After all, if you have a closer look, there isn't anything strange here at all. Lena is a very shy and perhaps even introverted person, yet she's human and can't completely avoid normal human developments. Considering that, her reaction fits the situation quite well. Even if I don't get the source of the quarrel, it's clear that these girls would not behave like that if they didn't have a good reason. True. And as things were standing, I was that reason. And that's the strangest part of this whole situation. Hey, I'm sorry it went that way. If only I hadn't overheard your conversation. Seems like I was feeling pathological. Need to excuse myself. It's not your fault at all, she said absent-mindedly. It's just that you appeared in the right place at the right time. And restored a mechanism that had stood still for a long time. I don't quite get it. Of course you don't. Actually, you shouldn't right now. You'll get it later. She cast an intense glance at me. Damn it! Why does this always happen to me? Both at school and college, trouble seems to have chosen me as its primary target. And with college, that's where we ended right now because I feel like I'm gonna make this part too long, so I am really excited to see what's gonna take forward next. So let us return back to Camp Sovietnok next episode.